especially corporations like Toyota, to do our part to help make the world a better place.
The most important thing is action. We need to move fast. I have loved cars all my life.
Toyota's CEO, Koji Sato, recently revealed the much-anticipated $8,000 Toyota Stout pickup truck.
Toyota is taking a wild turn to the whole industry with its latest low-budget offer. While every major car maker reveals trucks at sky-high prices of $90,000, Toyota has a straightforward approach with the IMV Zero. It features manual windows and only the most essential safety equipment. Surprisingly, the price tag is just $8,000. Why has Toyota opted for such an affordable price in a market where others are increasing their costs? Let's explore the pricing strategy that will drive the rest of the competition out of business. The high stakes of compact trucks, Toyota's $8,000 gamble. When the Toyota IMV Zero was launched, many companies tried to make a cheap truck, but Toyota says theirs is the best. The IMV Zero has a simple, clean look with smooth, flat surfaces and a basic cargo bed. It has old-style windows that you roll down by hand, like the old days. In some places, it might have some new safety features like optional anti-lock brakes and airbags, but generally it doesn't have many extras. Inside, the IMV Zero is very basic. There are no fancy screens or automated systems for controlling the temperature, just simple air conditioning. This truck cuts down on the usual comforts and high-tech stuff you find in pricier models, sticking to the basics. Priced starting at $8,000, Toyota advertises the IMV Zero as the best choice for affordable transport, made to be dependable and low-cost for those who really need it. Toyota's CEO has stated that the IMV Zero is their commitment to ensuring dependable transportation is available to everyone, not just those who can afford high-end vehicles. They emphasize practicality and reliability. However, while promoting this ideal of simplicity and affordability, many specific details about the truck remain undisclosed. This approach is common in the car industry, making broad promises while keeping some information hidden to maintain public interest and discussion. This strategy highlights a significant issue in the automotive industry, finding a balance between creating vehicles that are appealing and those that are genuinely affordable. The IMV Zero, with its focus on essential features and a lower price point, attempts to address this by eliminating unnecessary extras, but whether it truly revolutionizes the market for budget-conscious buyers remains to be seen. As manufacturers continue to tout their latest trucks as diverse and innovative, the reality might be less about genuine innovation and more about marketing strategies designed to portray these vehicles as more unique and valuable than they might actually be. The challenge for consumers is to see through these tactics and determine whether these new trucks truly meet their needs, or are simply repackaged versions of the same old models with inflated prices. The Toyota IMV Zero tries to break this mold by offering a bare-bones approach that prioritizes essential features and affordability. But the real test will be whether consumers accept this model as a viable alternative to more expensive, feature-rich trucks. It looks like Toyota's latest model, the IMV Zero, is equipped with a basic 2-liter, 139 horsepower, 4-cylinder gasoline engine. This engine is connected to a 5-speed manual transmission, which Toyota claims offers the traditional driving feel that many supposedly miss. However, one might question if this focus on traditional is really just a way to save costs while appealing to nostalgia. The IMV Zero measures an impressive 18.4 feet, matching the length of the Toyota Tacoma. It also features a 6-foot cargo bed, which is generous enough for various transport needs. Toyota is heavily promoting the reliability of this truck, presenting it as a durable and affordable option in their lineup. Yet, despite these dimensions and promises, the engine's power might seem inadequate for those who value more robust performance. This strategy of promoting a manual transmission could potentially alienate some modern drivers who prefer the convenience of automatic transmissions. Additionally, while the truck's large size gives it an appearance of capability, the actual power it offers is relatively modest compared to other trucks in its category, like the Tacoma, which may offer more powerful engines. Toyota's marketing emphasizes the famed reliability of their products. However, when examining the actual offerings of the IMV Zero, it appears somewhat basic, especially in an automotive market that is rapidly advancing with hybrid and electric technologies. The truck may appeal to those who have a preference for simpler, less technologically advanced vehicles, or those who are particularly loyal to the Toyota brand because of its history of building dependable vehicles. Furthermore, the reliance on a traditional manual transmission and a standard engine configuration may not be as attractive in a market that increasingly values innovation and environmental sustainability. While the lower price point of the IM change might attract budget-conscious buyers, it remains to be seen whether the IMV 0 will satisfy consumers who are looking for more than just a basic truck. Toyota seems to be depending on its reputation for reliability to sell the IMV 0, yet this approach may not fully resonate in a competitive market where cutting-edge features and enhanced performance are becoming more common. The IMV 0, with its basic features and conservative approach, risks being overshadowed by more innovative trucks that offer advanced technology and better performance. This model, resting on the laurels of Toyota's past successes, might appeal to some traditionalists, but could fall short of expectations for others looking for modern efficiency and power in their vehicles. Toyota is pitching their latest model as their most economical truck option yet, emphasizing that they've put a lot of work into ensuring it meets their high-quality standards through thorough testing and careful adjustments. However, we need to examine what's really being delivered here. The company claims that this truck is a game-changer in the truck market, different from well-known models like the F-150 or Maverick. They assert that the IMV 0 is unlike anything else, truly unconventional. But one has to wonder, how different can it truly be? They promote the IMV 0 as unique in the truck world, but it's worth questioning whether this uniqueness is genuinely significant or if it's largely a matter of marketing. While Toyota's narrative pushes this idea of breaking away from the norm, the details, such as its standard engine and manual transmission, suggest this unconventional tag might be more about branding than about fundamental innovation. Next, let's look at how Toyota is trying to stand out with a new truck, redefining the truck tradition in the electric age. Additionally, the company's effort to portray the IMV 0 as superior needs careful scrutiny. At a time when the automotive industry is moving towards electric vehicles and smarter, more environmentally friendly technologies, Toyota's focus on traditional truck qualities might seem outdated. Yes, they are performing extensive testing and fine-tuning, but are they focusing on the right attributes, or are they just refining an old formula that's becoming less relevant? This emphasis on being different also raises questions. Is Toyota attempting to create a special niche that doesn't really exist? By stating that the IMV 0 won't be mistaken for an F-150 or Maverick, they seem to be targeting buyers who want something noticeably different. However, if there are no substantial changes in performance or technology, this claim might not hold much weight. The approach Toyota is taking is risky. On one hand, it places the IMV 0 as an alternative to the mainstream, potentially attracting buyers looking for something unique. On the other hand, it could deter those who value established performance and dependability over the novelty of owning something different. Toyota seems to rely heavily on the appeal of being unusual, without committing to the type of significant innovation that would genuinely transform consumer expectations or advance the segment meaningfully. While Toyota promotes the IMV 0 as departing from the usual, it is crucial to critically assess whether its differences are substantial or merely minor deviations packaged as innovations. In an industry that is rapidly adopting more advanced and sustainable technologies, Toyota's focus on making the IMV 0 unconventional could appear as a distraction from its potential shortcomings in competitiveness, particularly in areas like electric capability and advanced driving technology. The ultimate test will be whether consumers are convinced that simply being different is better, or whether they will choose models that embrace more progressive innovations. Toyota is stepping into the market with a bold claim about their latest truck, the IMV 0, suggesting that it's not just entering the competition, but changing the game completely. They market this truck as a blank canvas, meaning it's more than just a vehicle. It's a space for you to customize however you see fit. According to Toyota, the possibilities are boundless. You could turn it into a traveling coffee shop, a cozy mobile diner, or even a small living space. This idea is portrayed as the core feature that sets this truck apart. Yet, we should critically assess these ambitious claims. While the idea of transforming a truck into various personal or business spaces is enticing, The practical challenges and financial costs of such conversions are significant. Toyota promotes these exciting possibilities but does not address the complexities and expenses involved in making such transformations a reality. Furthermore, there's a significant limitation with the IMV Zero. It's not yet available in the United States. Toyota has opted to introduce it first in emerging markets. This might be a strategy to test the vehicle in less competitive environments or to establish a foothold where the market is not as crowded. This strategic choice shifts the truck from a game changer to something more akin to a future possibility for American consumers, which might dampen the enthusiasm for those excited by the truck's initial announcement. Toyota emphasizes that the IMV Zero is affordable and practical, designed to deliver the basics without being too expensive. This approach aims to attract those looking for a dependable, cost-effective truck. However, the focus on its potential for customization might distract from examining the actual features and capabilities of the truck, which may not be as groundbreaking as the promotional hype suggests. While the IMV Zero's concept as a versatile, adaptable vehicle is intriguing, it also prompts questions about how feasible these adaptations truly are and the real-life implications of Toyota's marketing strategy. The decision to delay its release in the US market and to focus on emerging markets suggests a cautious approach that might temper the initial excitement surrounding its innovative potential. Thus, while the IMV Zero could be a fantastic opportunity for some in the appropriate markets, for others, especially in the US, it remains an interesting idea that is currently out of reach. This situation wraps the truck in a promise of potential that might not fully materialize as described. For potential buyers, this means the IMV Zero could be appealing more for its hypothetical capabilities than for concrete, proven functionalities. The reality is that while the truck might eventually reach American shores, for now, it remains an enticing concept that prompts both curiosity and skepticism. The Toyota IMV Zero might seem like a great deal, but there's a drawback. It's not available in the United States. Yet, there's no need to worry because there's another vehicle stepping into the American market that might even surpass the IMV Zero. The Subaru Brat is making its big comeback into the car world. The Subaru Brat isn't just returning, it's making a strong re-entry with big promises of performance. Its base model comes with a powerful engine designed to compete with the best current models. But let's consider the situation more critically. The Brat is returning after a long absence, during which the car industry has changed dramatically. Expectations around vehicle performance, efficiency, technology, and environmental impact are much higher now. Subaru is optimistic, but reintroducing a model that has been missing from the market for years carries significant risks. Today's car buyers look for more than just engine power. They are interested in fuel efficiency, advanced technology features, and vehicles that are less harmful to the environment. Can the Brat meet these modern demands? Or is Subaru relying too much on the vehicle's past reputation? The return of the Brat does raise some eyebrows, especially in an era where electric and hybrid cars are becoming the norm. While the Brat might attract those who remember its past glory, winning over a new generation of buyers could be challenging without some serious updates to align with current environmental concerns and tech preferences. While the Subaru Brat's return is celebrated as a major comeback, it's important to critically evaluate whether the vehicle has been updated enough to effectively compete in today's market, or if it's leaning too heavily on nostalgia. The Brat's performance claims may initially draw interest, but sustaining that interest in a market that values newer, greener technology will be a significant challenge. It will be crucial for the Brat not only to match, but to exceed modern expectations if it hopes to regain a solid position in the competitive automotive market. Now, let's see Subaru's challenge with a new hybrid model, a David and Goliath battle. Subaru is promoting its latest hybrid model as an exceptional vehicle that offers both the fuel efficiency of a hybrid and the exhilarating feel of its well-known all-wheel drive. However, this blend of features begs a closer look, especially since Subaru is positioning itself to compete with big names like Ford's Maverick and Hyundai's Santa Cruz. Subaru has branded itself as the underdog in this challenge, aiming to shake up the market with a mix of practicality, functionality, and raw power. The idea of the underdog taking on industry giants is attractive, but requires a reality check. Subaru promises that this vehicle is not just economical in terms of fuel, but also powerful and thrilling to drive. Yet they're entering a fiercely competitive space against established models known for their performance and innovation. Let's delve into the specifics Subaru offers. The vehicle is said to have a towing capacity of about 2,500 lbs and a payload capacity of 1,000 lbs. Impressive numbers for its base model that also features all-wheel drive and a reliable Subaru Boxer engine, noted for its stability. While these specifications are respectable, one might question if they are enough to truly stand out in a crowded market where similar or better capabilities are standard. Subaru's approach is bold, portraying itself as a determined challenger poised to disrupt the established order. However, we must consider whether this stance is based on achievable goals or if it's primarily a marketing tactic. The hybrid vehicle market is growing and evolving rapidly, demanding not only good performance, but also innovation and superior efficiency. The portrayal of an underdog might appeal to consumers' fondness for rooting for the lesser-known contender, but actual car buyers require solid proof of performance and value. While Subaru's aspirations are commendable, the success of their strategy will depend on the hybrid's real-world performance and ability to genuinely differentiate itself from competitors. Promises of combining efficiency with thrill are appealing, but delivering on these promises in a way that convincingly challenges market leaders will necessitate a vehicle that not only meets but exceeds expectations in practical use. Subaru's bold claims will need to be backed by a product that resonates with consumers both emotionally and functionally, proving that it's not just an underdog by circumstance, but a real contender by merit. The Subaru Brat makes its mark in the world of compact vehicles by showcasing its ability to handle rough terrain and withstand wear and tear. This vehicle stands out in a market often missing these robust features. Subaru faced some technical problems in the past, particularly with the reliability of their Boxer engines, but despite these issues, the Brat remains ahead of many other cars in its class. What sets this vehicle apart even more distinctly is its seating configuration. It only has 2 seats. This feature may seem limiting and could deter some potential buyers who need more space from considering the Brat. It's a striking design choice, and it prompts one to consider whether it was a clever strategic move or a slight oversight by the designers. This 2-seater setup not only draws attention, but also challenges common expectations in the car industry. In a market where larger vehicles are often more popular because of their utility, the Brat's smaller, simpler design encourages people to think about what they truly need from a vehicle. It's straightforward and not trying to cater to all possible desires, which can be seen as an honest approach to car design. However, this characteristic also has its downsides. While it may attract a specific group of car buyers who appreciate its distinctiveness and off-road capability, it may not appeal to the average person looking for a practical car for daily use. The Brat is bold in its simplicity, but this can limit its market appeal. Exploring the unique path of the Subaru Brat, it becomes evident that this car mixes the thrill of off-road capability with a simple, somewhat unconventional design. It reflects Subaru's readiness to try out new ideas, even if they go against common trends. Whether this strategy will prove successful in the long term is uncertain, but for now, the Brat continues to make its way, overcoming challenges and maintaining a leading position in its special niche. Thus, the Subaru Brat is not just a vehicle, it's a statement about balancing durability and unique design against the broader needs of the market. It remains an example of Subaru's innov by choosing a 2-door model. Subaru ensures that the Brat has a lot of space in the back to carry items. This makes sense because having a powerful vehicle is not very useful if it can't carry much. However, the decision to have only 2 doors might not appeal to everyone. While the large space for cargo is useful, the limited number of doors could turn away potential buyers who need a vehicle that's easier to get in and out of and can carry more passengers. Subaru seems to be aiming to attract attention with this design and maybe even take some customers away from competitors like the Ford Maverick. Subaru appears to be suggesting that they are ready to compete, especially as Ford plans to introduce a new compact truck. This could be seen as a smart move by Subaru to position itself strongly in the market before other new models arrive. This design choice trades off passenger comfort for cargo space, which may not meet the needs of a larger group of consumers who look for a more balanced vehicle, offering both spacious seating and cargo capacity. Additionally, the idea that Subaru is trying to challenge competitors and attract their customers with the Brat's design is interesting. It suggests that Subaru is not just participating in the market, but actively trying to reshape it by drawing away customers from established models like the Ford Maverick. However, whether this bold move will lead to lasting success or simply serve as a brief disruption remains uncertain. While this might attract those who need a rugged, simple vehicle for transporting goods, it might not appeal to those looking for a vehicle suitable for both everyday passenger use and cargo needs. As the market continues to evolve with consumers increasingly favoring versatile and comfortable vehicles, the Subaru Brat's design might only cater to a niche market, limiting its broader appeal. Whether this strategy will help Subaru maintain a strong position in the competitive truck market or restrict its market share to a small, specific audience is a question that only time will answer. Moving on, let's check out Ford's latest engine updates. Ford's quest for the perfect engine. Ford has been actively developing its engine lineup, adding turbocharged 4-cylinder engines and powerful 2-liter engines that aim to strike a balance between strength and fuel efficiency. This suggests that Ford is not just focused on performance, but is also trying to enhance the driving experience in terms of enjoyment and efficiency. There are ongoing rumors about a new, even more powerful V6 engine version that Ford is supposedly working on. While this sounds exciting in theory, one must consider whether such a powerful engine is practical or necessary for everyday use. Is Ford addressing a genuine need with these powerful engines, or are they simply showcasing their technical capabilities? While the appeal of more horsepower is clear, especially in marketing materials and at car exhibitions, everyday drivers usually care more about the car's reliability, the cost of upkeep, and fuel economy. Ford's emphasis on creating more powerful engines might seem a bit disconnected from current consumer trends that favor sustainability and efficiency. Additionally, these high-powered engines promise a perfect combination of power and efficiency, but whether they will deliver on these promises in daily driving is yet to be seen. There is a difference between manufacturing an engine that performs well in controlled tests and one that operates effectively and affordably in the real world. As we anticipate the release of these new engines, there is a mix of excitement and skepticism. The question arises, are these developments a true innovation or just a marketing strategy? It's easy for manufacturers to claim impressive engine capabilities, but the real value of these engines will be determined by their performance in typical daily situations. Moreover, while Ford's pursuit of powerful engines might intrigue car enthusiasts and those who appreciate advanced technology, the average driver might wonder if these new features will significantly improve their driving experience, or if they are just unnecessary enhancements that sound better in advertisements than they function in reality. As the auto industry continues to evolve, it will be important to see if Ford's focus on power can truly meet consumer demands, or if it will be overshadowed by the growing need for environmentally friendly and economical vehicles. Will these powerful engines become a popular choice among drivers, or will they be seen as an excessive feature that doesn't quite fit into the everyday needs of most people? Ford's engine developments could potentially change how cars are experienced by those who drive them, but whether this will lead to a significant improvement for all or remain relevant only to a niche group interested in high performance is still uncertain. The effectiveness and popularity of these engines in the real world, beyond the hype and excitement, will ultimately determine their success. Ford is introducing a new 2-liter, 4-cylinder engine that they say is ideal for everyday use, offering 180 horsepower and 200 lb-ft of torque. This engine is designed to provide enough power for regular driving and small tasks, while also being fuel efficient. On the surface, this seems practical, but one might wonder if just the right amount of power is just a fancy way of saying it's nothing extraordinary, especially coming from a big player like Ford. Additionally, Ford is also planning to release a hybrid version of this engine, aiming to attract customers who are interested in reducing their environmental impact. This move suggests Ford is trying to keep up with the increasing demand for more eco-friendly vehicles. There's also talk of an all-electric model, which seems like a step in the right direction towards innovation. However, it raises the question of whether Ford is genuinely leading with groundbreaking technology or simply following the trends set by others who have been in the electric market longer. The introduction of these new engine options appears to be Ford's attempt to cover all bases, offering something for the traditionalist, the eco-minded, and the tech-savvy. While this could be seen as a strategic move to appeal to a broad audience, it might also be perceived as lacking a focused direction. Is Ford genuinely committed to innovation, or are they just ticking boxes to ensure they appear competitive? Critics might see this as Ford trying to catch up rather than lead. Releasing a variety of engine types could be interpreted as an attempt to not fall behind in an industry that is rapidly advancing towards more sustainable solutions. It seems like Ford is throwing out multiple options to see what might click with consumers, which could come off as a bit scattered. This broad approach might intrigue some buyers, but could also lead others to question Ford's mastery in any single area. Are these developments truly pioneering? Or are they just enough to keep Ford relevant among competitors who might already be setting a higher standard? As Ford reveals these engines, it will be important to see how they are received by the market. While offering a range of choices could attract a diverse group of customers, it also runs the risk of diluting the brand's image as a leader in automotive innovation. While Ford's new offerings might meet the needs of various consumer groups, they also reflect a larger trend in the automotive industry: the shift towards more environmentally friendly and technologically advanced vehicles. However, whether these moves will establish Ford as a leader in innovation or as just another follower adapting to evolving trends remains to be seen. Ford is talking up their latest truck, which they claim achieves 25 miles per gallon in the city and 28 on the highway. They're also offering a choice between a 5-speed manual or a 6-speed automatic transmission. It appears Ford is trying to change its approach to truck pricing to attract a wider range of customers by targeting an affordable price point. Their strategy seems aimed at overcoming the high costs that often prevent people from choosing fully equipped, top-of-the-line models. Now, let's explore Mazda's entry into the competitive truck market. Mazda's power play in a crowded market. Mazda is joining the compact truck scene with a powerful new model. They're rolling out a truck with a 2.5L turbocharged engine from their CX-9 SUV, boasting 250 horsepower and 320 lb-ft of torque. The basic model features a 2L turbo engine from the Mazda 3 Turbo, delivering 227 horsepower and 310 lb-ft of torque. Even their standard trucks pack a punch, all at a competitive $8,000 price. Mazda's strategy is bold, outdoing competitors by providing more power for less cost. While Ford aims to satisfy broad needs, Mazda focuses on strong, cost-effective trucks. This could force rivals to rethink their prices and power offerings. Mazda's trucks are designed for those who prioritize strength and affordability. This might reshape expectations for compact trucks in terms of both performance and cost. Turning to GM, they are rejuvenating their Montana truck as compact models gain popularity. Under CEO Mary Barra, GM promises quality without compromises, focusing on a traditional truck that's strong, reliable, versatile, and efficient, albeit with a classic design that might not turn heads but appeals to traditionalists. What do you think about traditional trucks in the era of electric vehicles? Like, comment, and subscribe for more.